Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Sunless Skies. That was me throwing my mouse across the mouse map. Professionalism. Right, in the last episode we finally managed to get a bee to give to the devil in the well, so I think we are going to go back to Albion. There's two things I want to check out. I also have been informed that the thing I was worrying about in the last episode about visions of the heavens... Wait, visions of the sky is visions of the heavens. But I just wanted to make sure before I actually do it, so we can actually do that. We do need fuel and supplies, though. We'll be in trouble. Now, I had a bit of a nightmare before starting this video because my microphone had mysteriously reset all of its settings, so if I sound weird again, it's not my fault. I swear, Windows just keeps resetting my microphone at the moment, and I have no idea why. I've been recording on this microphone for years. Yeah, I'll see you in Albion. Okay, so here we are in Albion. The first place we're going to go is the Well of the Wolf. And then we'll give that lady the bee she's after. Where's the Well of the Wolf? There it is, right there. Really close. So if we just go around this way. And then if we get 50% terror, we should be able to go to the mausoleum and accept that weird quest at the bottom of all those stairs in the room. It's all gory and weird. God knows what that's going to be. From what I understand, it's going to unlock another ambition for another captain. Something else that I should probably try and do at some point. I mean, at current pace, I'm never going to finish this game. But eventually we're going to run out of things to do, right? In theory, anyway. Because, you know, I'm going to run out of companions and stuff at some point. Let's avoid the crystalline dreadnoughts because I hate them. I hate anything that's a dreadnought. They're the most dangerous... Oh, they're the most dangerous enemies that you can face. That's probably not true, actually. There's probably something worse out there that I haven't fought yet. Usually how it goes. Especially in the Blue Kingdom. There's an awful lot of things in the Blue Kingdom that try and kill you. Like the bloody Logos. Logos. Whatever they're called. On a completely side note, I bought Star Citizen in the end. If you watch my Deliver Us the Moon videos, the last one, I was having a little bit of a quandary as to whether I should spend money on a... oh, we'll endure it. Yes, success. Questions worry at you, chasing away sleep. Later there is a knock at your door. One of your officers is outside. My lady, we need you. Duty calls, the doubts must wait. I was having a quandary as to whether I should spend money on Star Citizen because I wanted a space game, so I got it. And so far I'm absolutely loving it. Okay, here we go. Horrible noise time. Horrible noise time. So we don't smash up the flipping... Right. What I'd like to do... Not... pointing the right bloody way when we're going. 45% chance. Failed again. I don't think I've landed this thing without crashing the entire bloody time I've been here. Okay, give the abstemious devil her bee. She reaches Ely for the cage. The bee is the size of a large terrier. It crawls happily into her arms. The devil strokes its thorax fondly. Then her jaw unhinges, wide as a dustbin. The bee's wings hum in anticipation. She stoops towards it, and at the last moment she realizes you are watching, and decorously turns her back. There are sounds of ingestion. The bee's song is audible throughout, although it grows muffled. When she has finished, the devil bows to you. Her throat still writhes as the bee gets comfortable. Then she turns towards her new cave, singing in buzzing, plain song. What the hell? The bees live in devils? What? Has this unlocked anything new here? Let's speak to the congregation of devils. They emerge curious from the caves. Once they were dapper in pinstripe and delicate brocade. Now they wear rags. Their brocade has frayed. Their pinstripes faded to a progeny grey. You ask about their lives here. Silence. When you persist, one steps forward and opens his mouth as wide as he can. plain song emerges, sweet with a sonorous drone. The devil's lips and tongue aren't moving. The song is coming from deeper in his throat. You stand on tiptoes. The devil leans obligingly forward. You peer past his tongue, his tonsils, his gullet, and see a large, compound eye. Insectoid, iridescent, peering back at you from his chest cavity. The devil steps back. That is all for now, it seems. Okay, so they're bees. Oh, we might as well approach the stone idol as well. A large fragment of skyrock has fallen here. It has been graven by the wind or by a long-forgotten tools into a bulbous shape. Perforated by holes of different sizes, it moans, it whistles. Oh god, this sounds horrible. The shapeless idol looms over you. Someone has scratched jagged teeth around each of its holes, transforming them into many, many mouths. A heavy hook is affixed into the stone, just higher than you can reach. While at the base of the idol, 2 depressions have been dug into the ice. The first holds a note, with hooks knotted in its thongs. The second holds a buckled strap of something like leather. Okay, so we can enact the rite of the rack. Around the second depression, someone has cut the words "hang" and "give voice" into the ice. You can guess what you must do. You may only be subject to one well rite at a time. This one increases your hearts at the cost of your irons and mirrors. Let's not mess around with that. Somehow, let's approach the bandstand. A spur of ice juts precariously over the well. At the end of it sits a bandstand, worn by the wind. There, the devils sing their hymns. The journey to the bandstand is bleak and exposed. The well waits on either side. If you look down, you imagine movement in its caligenous depths. A temptation wells in you to fling yourself from the ice and into the abysm. You avert your eyes swiftly. The thing in the well begins to howl, and the winds scurry in search of kinder spaces. It is a hollow, keening sound, and distress of something that can't believe it still has more to lose. The ice groans miserably. Okay, well we can watch a well song. We might as well. The devils struggle out of their wasted finery, out into the teeth of the wind. Into the trudging line they make their way to the bandstand. The devils mount the bandstand and begin to sing. Their lips are motionless, their mouths hanging slackly open. Buzzing plainsong pours from their throats. The notes are scattered across the scale, creating only a tenuous harmony. Slowly, they begin to shuffle in what might be a dance. Its movements are performed only with the feet. Are they drawing an alphabet? Hieroglyphs? The well's wail drowns them out. They persist. After some time, the well begins to waver. The wind slackens. Slowly, over the course of another hour, the well returns to its quintessence. The devils, wearied, go back into their caves. We got visions of the heavens, which is quite good. Ooh, we actually have some of the things that we need. Decipher the song. We investigate the bandstand? Bandstand? The bandstand! No, the bandstand. Or should we decipher some of the dance? I think we'll decipher some of the dance. I don't think I've ever seen this. Fortunately, you had the presence of mind to take sketches of the steps the devils performed during their last service. Returning to your engine, you spread your sketches across your bunk and instruct your crew that you are not to be disturbed. You have learned a great deal in your travels. You are sure the patterns of the devil's dance are a crude form of the correspondence. The hymn itself, you think, is only inflection. By morning, you have assembled enough of a foundation to decipher the devil's next service. Okay, let's investigate the bandstand. The bandstand is made from cast iron, modestly collicked and pitted by the harsh weather. You find the manufacturer's mark and date. The components were wrought in the promised days, just after London arrived in the heavens. While inspecting it, you feel the weight of the numberless fathoms below you. They pull at you. Perhaps, as a child, you dropped a stone down a less terrible well. Perhaps you listened for the sound of it striking the bottom. Now, you imagine yourself as that stone, falling and falling. I guess we have to wait for the next service, which means I have to come back here at a later date. Should I write that down? Should I write that down? I think I am going to write that down, you know. The Well of the Wolf. Hopefully I'll remember what that means. Okay, so now that leaves us with the thing that I wanted to do of getting the next quest at the mausoleum. So we're at 55%, so we are technically good. Is there a quick way for me to get to the mausoleum? I guess going down this way. We find once we break the orbit of the gravity well. Let's see what's in this factory. Oh, munitions. Never say no to munitions. Hopefully nothing nasty attacks me here. We know there's a crystalline dreadnought floating around somewhere. Kind of want to find out more about the devils in that well, but patience is a virtue after all. Let's hope I have enough fuel. Yeah, they do. I'm going to be pushing it, but they do sell fuel and supplies, so I should be okay, in theory. And you know me, I love my theory. That's a wall. Let's not slam into a wall. Oh dear. Oh dear. There we go, we're fine. We're fine. I can drive. It's all good. What was I saying earlier before I went? Oh yes, I bought Star Citizen. A game which is probably the single most buggy game I've ever played in my life. I've had various bugs. Oh dear, that's a... Please don't shoot me. Fine. Yeah, it's very buggy, but the actual basis of the game, I love it to pieces. It's like Elite, but better. In my mind, anyway. And I've played Elite a lot. I played like 300, 400 hours of Elite Dangerous. Space trucking, I love space trucking. I love loading up the ships and just flying around space. One thing I really like about Star Citizen is instead of doing the whole like vast universe thing, which I assume they're going to do at some point, but right now it's just one solar system, so you can actually get to know things that are going on in the solar system. Please don't shoot me. Oh bugger. Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me. Fine. Evasive maneuvers. Okay, I think we're okay. Oh no, this is why I don't come this way. Ah! One of those blooming wefts in time. Screw that. I've got horrible memories of those wefts. Isn't this piece of sky horrendous? It must have been followed. I saw a flashlight by then. Flashlight? Headlight. Headlight's probably a better one. Flashlight's probably not the right terminology there. Yes, I'm trying to convince Mr. Trig to buy Star Citizen as well, because it's got multiplayer. And I think that could be a very fun little thing, and there may be a video or two on the channel at some point about it, because I'm still learning how to play the damn game at the moment. The learning curve is pretty big. But if anyone's interested in seeing it, do let me know. It's not really the kind of thing that my channel's known for, and I know that's a fact. Maybe it'll be a stream or something. That's assuming I can convince him. Get it. It's very expensive for what it is. I think I paid 50 something pounds, so it's like on the website it's like $45, and you tell them you're from the UK and they're like, VAT. It's a 20% VAT. I'm like, oh god, thanks British government. That's real kind of you, that is. Especially with the whole coronavirus thing kicking the crap out of us and everyone staying at home. Yep, throw out the barrel. Whoop. You'd have thought this would be the time to, like, you know, make people play games so they can stay inside. Do you hear that there's the thing where 20 million people were playing on Steam at once and it broke some records or something? I was like, oh my god, is that all the people who are self-isolating? I'm not self-isolating. I'm just on holiday. So, I kind of lucked out here a little bit. As to whether there's a job for me to go back to at the end of my week, I don't know. Yet. I'll have to pray that my YouTube channel somehow mysteriously takes off and I get thousands of subscribers. Wouldn't that be the day? And I wouldn't have to worry about that silly job. I could just sit at home playing video games. You never know, one day. Never say never. Because I love playing games like this. And if I actually had money for the channel, like if the channel made it money, I would spend the money on the channel and we'd have interesting games to play all the time. Whereas what I do now is like, I have this much money that I can spend on games. And I spend it, and if it's good for the channel, it is. If it's not good for the channel, it's not. On the plus side, we made it to the mausoleum, and we had more than a few laps. So let's have a look-see, shall we? Hopefully, not a problem. And a funeral. Let's attend a deathless funeral, because I was told I was being a bit of an idiot for not doing this last time. The funerals of those joining the deathless are rare. Privileged onlookers are invited to attend when they occur for their own betterment. It's 100 sovereigns, quite expensive. A former civil servant is generous in his divestment. His lands he divides among his lovers. His titles are given to the most abstemious of his children. His winding sheets are lavish, and is the endowment of hours bestowed upon him. The macabre counsellor takes him by the hand and leads him away to his new tomb, but not before conveying her thanks to all present. One day, she implies, it might be you being so honoured. Oh no, my terror's fallen. No, it's fine, okay. We're not completely buggered. Okay, descend into the vaults to search for the dismal chamberlain. No one seems entirely sure which of the vaults is the deepest. The footman advises you just keep going down until there's no down left. It isn't long before your legs are aching. The vaults seem to offer much more down than the footman had implied. You passed your last coffin long ago. It seems like there's nothing else here but dust and cobwebs. There are torch brackets on the wall, but no torches. At first, you thank heaven you brought your lantern, but much further down, where the steps are crumbling away, you find the deepest vault bathed in harsh, red, unrelenting light. The floor cracks and creaks underfoot, as though marble has become ice. Scarlet tendrils have crept, ivy-like, over the walls. When you pick at them, they crumble like scabs. This isn't gonna kill me, is it? I hope not. The walls part. A beam of moonlight breaks through. A gorgeously swollen moon hangs in the sky above. After the stale heat of the crypt, the cool air is a blessed relief. The ceiling vanishes. The walls part like the curtains of a stage. A path of silver light unfurls from the moon above. A solemn procession marches down the moonlight road towards you. Most of the white-robed figures are bare-handed, but one thrusts a blade of black iron overhead. Another reverently holds up a stone goblet. For you who have seen things both wondrous and terrible, says the cupbearer, laying the cup carefully at your feet, choose to live beneath the light and mourn. Then he is gone. The vault closes back around you, more oppressive than ever. Your terror has fallen. That's nice. You've lost one vision of the heaven, knew that. You've gained 1,000 experience, which is kind of cool, and you are slipping further and further into a world that no longer exists. Oh dear. The visions sweep away like dust before a roaring wind, leaving you back in the mausoleum's depths. You reacquaint yourself with the scab-mottled walls, the stained floor. A leather-bound book is sitting carefully propped up only a few feet from you. Examine the book. How did we miss this before? From the name scrawled on the inlay in erratic handwriting, it appears to be the Dismal Chamberlain's journal. The rest is written in code. You'll have to examine it when you're aboard the engine. With nothing else demanding your attention in the vault, you begin the long, torturous journey back up thousands of narrow steps to the nave. So we found the Chamberlain's journal. The Chamberlain's journal merits further study. Gather 3 stories and you will work on translating the code while you travel. Okay. So how, pray tell, do I use the journal? Or does it just do I just have them? I'm guessing just having the 3 stories is going to do something, but if I am incorrect in that assumption, please tell me. Let's take a moment to go back to London and lower this terror down. I think... do you know what? Oh. That was quick. The journal is a frustrating document, written in both terrible handwriting and near impenetrable code. Much of what you can painstakingly decipher is meaningless without context. Scattered phrases like chimeric moonlight, a golden day, and death in amber. Most of all, the same phrase again and again, the Martyr King's Cup. You study it through the night. It seems to offer no clue to the Chamberlain's whereabouts, but you feel on the verge of some other tantalizing realization. A partial translation is achieved. You can only translate fragments of the journal, mostly through trial and error. It takes hours. From the scraps you can decipher, you gather that the central subject is something called the Martyr King's Cup, which reputedly holds the key to immortality. Why one of the Deathless would need such an object, you couldn't speculate. The Chamberlain was apparently obsessed with the cup. He declares a total commitment to finding it, even if it means abandoning his prestigious role at the mausoleum. Okay. The Chamberlain has become a quester for the Martyr King's Cup and abandoned his duties. Return to the mausoleum and inform them of the Dismal Chamberlain's dismal fate. Oh. Well, I'll just dock again then. Maybe I won't be going to London. The nave. Inform the engraved mourner of the Chamberlain's fate. He's become a quester for the Martyr King's Cup and has abandoned his role at the mausoleum. The mourner's tone is grim. Yes, we knew. The Chamberlain was always preoccupied by the deepest vaults. Too many visitors have gone down there and come back with strange ideas in their heads. He hands you a sheaf of documents, maps, from his office. With his notes, they may prove useful. I'm giving them to you because the alternative is to burn them. As you turn to leave, he raises a polished finger. Before you go, a warning. Fortunately for you, you have not been chosen to seek the cup, but you should ensure that the journal is destroyed. It can only lead others astray. Ooh. So he gained unlicensed chart, 1 savage secrets, and 2,500 experience. Wow. Guessing that's it then. That's unlocked it for the next captain. I can start as a cup seeker. That would make sense, I guess. I could be wrong. I'm going to quickly pick up some fuel. 1 supply. Haven't got any. That's a lot of money to spend, but guarantee you we're going to need those. Right, to London. Because I need to focus on making some money again, I think. Now there is smuggling. but smuggling... Sorry, I need a drink. Awkward pauses tend mean that I'm having a drink. I could do smuggling, but it seems like a massive pain in the ass to do smuggling, because you can only get like 2 or 3 hidden compartments at a time, and I need like 7 things. If I could get loads of hidden compartments and then just stuff my engine full of them, then I'd probably do a few runs, but... As it stands, it could just be that I don't quite understand how the smuggling system works, which is, you know, if you've been watching this long, you fully understand that one. Can I just fill my normal compartments with smuggling like goods? And then roll the dice as to whether I get discovered or not? Or does it have to go in hidden compartments? I don't know. We're just going to ignore that. Dude. Right there. Don't fancy having a fight. Far too much effort for my tastes. I just hope that when I finish recording this episode, the microphone doesn't sound like absolute trash. Which is what happened when I did RimWorld. I had to do a ton of post-processing on it to try and knock off all the high-end and stuff. I don't know what the hell Windows did to that microphone recording. It was like somebody turned the gain switch all the way to max. But I checked the switch and it was in the same place it's always been, so... It all gets very confusing, tell you the truth. I'm not very good at this whole recording thing. All the gear, none of the skill, that's how I roll. Hopefully we knock off some of this terror when we get to London, otherwise we'll be in trouble. Make sure I go to the right one. You just thought by now I'd know which one. It's not that one, the one after. In fact, it's the one with the flipping green light on it. How have I never noticed that before? Eh. Okay, and here we are in London. I'm going to quickly check to see if there's a job that requires those gemstones. Wait, do I? Next question, do I actually already have a job that requires those gemstones? No. Shops, bazaar. They want 3 barrels of unseasoned hours. I want 5 consignments of military... Do you know what? I'm going to take both of those and we'll do them both in the next episode. Because I'm pretty sure we have ministry approved literature. We have 15 ministry approved literature. And we have 12 barrels of unseasoned hours. So if I grab 2 of those. And we need 5 of those, and then we'll put everything else into the ship, into the bank even, not the ship. There we go. Okay, and I guess I'll end the episode here. I'm going to undock and dock again, because that saves the game. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and anything. Your comments are greatly appreciated. And as always, I'll see you next time.